Good morning all. Today we are going to move with the next lecture, and the next lecture is the prepositions ones. Now, in the last lecture we had taken in unit number 5 you have different things, or we can say you have articles, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. This prepositions carries 3 marks. Today we would be dealing with different types of prepositions, and then we would be moving to different kinds of prepositions. The first type of preposition is a simple one which includes and, by, for, in, of, on, through, till. The second type of preposition which we are going to study is a compound prepositions, which includes about, along, around, before, after, behind, beside, beyond, and the catchy ones, that is the phrase prepositions, which includes a phrase along with the preposition word. Now the major difference between a phrase preposition is the phrase preposition does not move individual along, but it moves along with the phrase. It has a prior word and afterward. In between there is a preposition. For example, according to, in front of. These are the different prepositions which carries. In is also in front of. See this word. In is also a preposition. Front is a word, and again after the word there is again a preposition. So it is followed by phrase preposition has not a single preposition but 2 prepositions. Now moving ahead, how this we can identify, or there are certain specific prepositions which are used for specific purposes only. For example, you can say on preposition is used when it has a surface touch. For example, we can say that on preposition is generally used if I give a sentence that the book is on the table. Now book has a surface touch of table, and therefore we have used the word on preposition. In the similar way, for different weeks also we use on prepositions. For example, if you have to say I would be coming to your house on Monday ke din hi, so for the weeks also use the word prepositions, that is on. For surface touch also use the word preposition on. Moving ahead, for the different prepositions which are used, first used with time are when we say that I would be, or this is the 21st century which is running on, or we are moving in 21st century. For any century, if we have to tell, we are going to use the word in. And in the similar way, for example, if we have to tell that I would be visiting your house at night, at daytime. So for that also use the word preposition at. Now at is also used with some adjectives also. Adjective के बाद में जो preposition आता है वो भी followed by word at होता है. She is passing through good times, or she is good at tennis. For example, last word noun है और उसके पहले एक preposition आया है, and before that there is a word adjective. At good times. So this good is an adjective. उसके बाद में at is a preposition, and after that it is a noun. So a preposition is followed after an adjective and before or after a noun also. Before there can be an adjective, a preposition is there, and after that it can be a noun also. So preposition, the word preposition or the different prepositions, on is generally used for surface, for the weak one. In is generally used in the end, in the garden. I was working in the garden today. There also you use the word in. And generally preposition is generally used to tell about a specific place. For example, it can be I would be visiting to your house at night. I would be, then we can move, I am late at, or I would be coming at 11 o'clock. If specific time also has to be shown, it is the word preposition or the word preposition at is used. In the similar way, prepositions are also used after some verbs. For example, if the verb is I am reading to gain marks. I am reading to gain marks. Reading is a verb, and after that there is a preposition to word there. I am listening to music. Listening is a verb, ing form, and after that you have the verb, that is preposition to. In the similar way, I am waiting for him. Waiting is also a verb, and after the verb there is a preposition, that is the word preposition, which is followed after the verb is for. So verb, before a verb is there, and after that verb is always followed with a preposition. Listening to, waiting for, and in the similar way. Prepositions are also used after certain nouns. troubled with. Noun word is a word. Trouble is a noun, and after that you are using the word preposition. So also we can say that after noun it is followed, preposition is followed after a noun also. Troubled with. He is troubled with his performance. In a similar way, finally in certain phrases also you use the preposition in. For example, the bus arrived in the end. Suppose you have to tell about a specific place which is denoting the end of the movie. So in the similar way, you are going to use a preposition in. So along with time you are going to use the word. Along with time you are going to use the word. And along with surface touch you are going to use the preposition on. In the similar way, if it is before an adjective or after an adjective, for example, you would add. Then it can be famous for whiskey. He is famous for his whiskey. So whiskey is famous is a adjective which is followed by preposition for, and whiskey is a noun. So the sequence order can be a preposition, adjective, then followed by a preposition, and then a noun. The sequence it has in it. In a similar way, it is used after. It is used before, or it can be used after the verb also. For example, reading or waiting for, listening to, and the last we can say that it is used with some nouns, that is troubled with. Now how many marks would be there from the examination point of view, if you are going to think further, which carries 3 marks. In a similar way, articles also carries 3 marks. Now how are they going to ask you in your examination? Either just as I have told you for articles also, they are going to give you a sentence, you have to encircle the articles, or it can be they would be giving you a sentence which would have a blank, and then you have to fill the blank. In the similar way, the adjectives or the prepositions also they can give you in a rectangular box. They can give you certain prepositions and 10 sentences along with 12 prepositions. If they give you have to fill up the prepositions from the rectangular box into the sentences. In the similar way, they can write the sentence without underlying anything, and they would tell you that you have to encircle preposition. This is also one of the way. So this is the paper, this is the pattern which you would be having in the examination, and it would carry 3 marks. 4 prepositions would be given to you, and out of that you have to do 3, which is there in question number 5, which is also included in unit number 5. So this is the paper pattern. We are moving with semester 2. And today we have dealt with the prepositions one. Tomorrow we would be dealing either with a poem or with the next topic, that is the interjections. Thank you everybody.